It's the grandson of right thought. Yahusha said, I can do nothing without the Father. The Father said that his name is I am. So that means that you can do nothing without I am. Without existing, you can't do anything, correct? You have to exist in order to do something. And you have to exist in truth in order to exist at all. You see? Once a lie is exposed, then it no longer exists as false truth. You see? Just like in your life, your thoughts and your feelings manifest whatever it is that you're thinking and feeling in front of you. Whether it be true or whether it be a lie, it will manifest itself there. Now, once the truth comes and exposes the lie for what it is, then it changes the manifestation. You see? So the lie doesn't exist anymore. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way that lies go forth in this world. They only go forth as long as they're believed and felt. Then the lie exists. But when it's no longer thought and felt upon, it doesn't exist anymore. So in order for you to do anything, you have to know who I am. If you don't know who I am, then you can't do anything. You understand that? If you don't exist, then you can't be effective. You can't make alive. You can't inspire. You can't do anything without first being. You understand that? And who gave you that gift? See, for everybody that's in their pride, especially atheists that don't believe there is a God, how did they come into being? How did you come into being? When you realized that you were, when you said, I am, who taught you that? Who told you you were? And where were you before you knew that I am? See, it's time now that we be doers of the word, not just hearers of the word only. See, a lot of people, they come and they listen to the word because it makes them feel good, or it sounds good, or it gives them confirmation on things they were thinking about, or whatever the case may be. But they don't actually effectively do it. They don't put it into practice. It's time that we do now, guys. It's time now that we start doing. See, because the things that we're telling you here are things that are true. So then there's no reason for you not to actually do them. The only reason you won't do them is because you don't believe it's true. See? It's just like sitting in a chair. Would you sit in a chair if you didn't believe it would hold you? It looked all raggedy, like the legs were going to snap off at any second. Then they're like, sit down. You're like, I don't think that thing will hold me. Will you sit on it? No. But if the chair looks sturdy and firm, then you sit on it, then it will hold you, right? You don't even think about it. You just plop down on your couch, don't you? When you go home, you just plop down on the couch. You don't think of fear of whether it'll hold you, or if you're going to bust through it, or if it'll fall through, or you're not even thinking any of that stuff, are you? Nope. So it's the same goes for this truth. Just plop down on it. Don't think about it. Don't think about, oh, is it going to hold me? Is it going to work? Is it going to... Look, it's already been proven over and over and over and over and over. You see? By all the ones that bear testimony and bear witness to it. And that left record that it works. So then try it and see. And then when you try it and you see that it works, then you'll be telling everybody else the good news. See? Because did you guys know that no matter what happens to you, if you think and feel differently about it, it will change? Did you guys know that? Everybody can say, yeah, I know. But do you do it? That means you know it. You see? Or else then you're stupid to know better and don't do better. See, when you know better, you do better, right? Right. So now, are y'all doing better now that y'all know better? That's the main question. Are you doing better now that you know better? Because there's a better way. And that way is I am. And Yahusha said that. I am the way. That's the door that if you open it, you will be free. I am is. Now, does this make sense to you all? Because if it does, then use it now. Use this information to claim your I amness over every situation that you find yourself in. No matter what it is. No matter what it is. I tell you guys, I use the example of when I was in jail. I use that example to show you that if you claim I am over it, then it will change. They're like, you're going to jail. They were going to charge me with a felony. That's what they told me. Your bond is $12,500. You're going to be on lockdown 90 days, and you're going to be federally indicted with a felony. That's all the things they said. None of that happened. None of that shit that they said to me actually happened. I don't have any felonies. I was not indicted. I did not do 90 days. I am not on lockdown. Do y'all see that shit? They took me to court and everything. Lady in court pointing me all out, pointing her finger all at me. It was him. I saw it with my own eyes. It was that guy. Pointing all at me in the courtroom. I didn't say a damn thing. I just sat there. He was like, is there anything you would like to say to your defense? I was like, all right, well, case adjourned. They let me up out of there. The lady slides a piece of paper across me. They got me handcuffed. She slides a piece of paper across. Sign that, please. I looked it over. Waive your rights to a speedy trial. Refused. I wrote refused on the paper and slid it back to her. She said, alrighty then. Did y'all know y'all can do that? You can say no. Did you know that? You're free. She said, sign that. She didn't even say what it was or nothing or why should I sign it. She just said after court date was over, they pulled me back where they're where they hold you at. The lady came and said, sign that. I said refused and gave it back to her. And then they took me back to the county jail where I was being held at. 37 days later, come on out, man. You're gone. You're going home. I said, hey, what happened to all of the 90-day lockdown? What happened to all of the felony charges and all that shit? That man said, charges have been dropped. Huh? Charges dropped? What? Look, guys. Watch this. The day I got arrested and went in there, they were telling me all that shit, you're going to be locked up, blah, 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 giving me bond and all that other shit. I wrote on a little blue piece of paper. When I got in my cell and I got some paper and a pencil, I wrote on a piece of paper, I am free. I am in Detroit. At the time I'm in Ohio. I said, I am free. I am in Detroit. Charges are dropped. Now look at the tense of the writing. This is the first day I've got into my cell with a piece of paper and a pencil. I write on there, I am free. I am in Detroit. Charges have been dropped. So I am free. See, not I will be. I am already. I am already in Detroit. See? And the charges that they were talking about have already been dropped. Do you see what I'm saying and feeling and thinking? And then I held on to that. And every day that I was in my cell, before I went to sleep, as I dozed off to go to sleep, I replayed the same scene in my mind over and over. And do you know what that was? It was the scene of me taking the county clothes off and putting my city clothes back on that I had on, my normal clothes. Civvies, as they call it. I was putting those back on in my mind, every detail, down to my nose ring, to the gauges in my ear, to the clothes, I felt it all. I put the shoes on and every damn thing and saw myself taking the county clothes off. I did that every night as I dozed off, every night. And 37 days later, you're out of here, charges are dropped, go ahead, go free. So then it works. Now I can tell you guys. See, I have a video on here called The Power of Love or Abaya, The Power of Abaya, A Testimony of Faith or something like that. I got a video about it where I'm telling this whole story about how I got out of jail, how I got all the way back to Detroit. So the little blue piece of paper I told you about that says I am free, I'm in Detroit, came to fruition by a series of events that I have no idea how it happened. That's the thing I want to share with you guys as well. It's not up to you how it happens. How the thing manifests is not your work. That's Abaya's work. That allows you to see the majesty of his work. It's the how. And the when he does it. See, I didn't know it was going to take 37 days. I don't know how it was going to do it. And when. I didn't know that. That's not my job. My job is to say what I want and why. I am free because that is the truth. See? I am in Detroit because that is where I reside. And the charges have been dropped because I am a free man. And then Abaya said, okay, I'll work out for how when the when it happens. And then he did, 37 days, I told you. Charges dropped, the lady sitting there pointing her finger, accusing me and all other shit. I never felt the feeling of that. I just ignored her. And what they had, I don't know where the hell they got that Karen from. I knew it was him, I saw him. Pointed her finger across the way at me. I'm like, what the hell is this white woman? I don't know who the hell she is. But that's the way it goes. I just sat there. So do it, guys. Because I'm telling you that it works. You see? I'm in Detroit now. I'm free. And the charges have been dropped. So then it didn't matter what they said. It didn't matter what they came up with. It didn't matter what the cuffs they put on me. It didn't matter the county clothes that they so-called put on me. It didn't matter the fucking nasty-ass trays of food they tried to put in front of me. It didn't matter them showers and shit with niggas' asses all in front of everybody with them wear. All that shit didn't. I ignored it all because it wasn't real. I'm proving it to you that this matrix is not real. What's real is I am. I am real. Nothing else is. I am real. So then I am, and then whatever comes next, that's what I am. That's why Abaya says, I am that I am. And y'all all are doing it, see? Y'all are all doing it unconsciously. You don't even know you're doing it every day. Before y'all have something you have to do, something and you're all nervous about the shit and everything, those thoughts are running through your mind of doubt, of fears. Of doubt and of fears. Everything done with doubt is sin. Sin is not the thing you guys thought it was. Sin means you missed the mark. You were shooting an arrow at a target and you missed a bullseye. So if you're shooting an arrow at a target with doubt, then you'll miss it. Just like a sniper. If he's shooting at a target with doubt in his heart, then he'll probably miss. But if he's calm, he's breathing calmly, he's assured of his target, he knows exactly what he's supposed to do, he has the green light, he takes the shot, he gonna hit his target. He's not gonna sin, you see? So if you have doubt in there, you're gonna sin. Well, that's the whole thing about you guys when you're doing anything you're gonna do. If it's a performance even, you got a performance you gotta do, you a dancer or something, you about to perform, you're like, shit, I'm nervous as hell, I'm nervous. The hell with all that. Just go into your meditation, visualize yourself, imagine yourself already doing it and it's done, see? Successfully done. Now, if you were a dancer and you wanted to be successful, have a successful event, then what would that be? That would be people cheering, laughing. You're up there like, damn, I killed that shit. Well, that's what you got to feel and think. See, do that shit before you do it. And do it 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 all the way up until you perform. And then when you perform, it'll happen just as the way you saw it. It'll happen just the way you saw it. You just got to do it. Y'all got to really put it to the test because it works, guys. It'll set you free. I'm telling you, it works. It works. All we should be doing right now, guys, is sharing our testimonies of how we have triumphed with the name of I Am, with each other. It's time that we come together into the barn, guys. Be gathered together, wheat, and share our testimony so that all our faith will grow. All our faith will grow. Do y'all hear me what I said, brothers? About them trying to lock you up and trying to take your freedoms away from you. I just told you, if you insist in the name of I Am, in your truth. Now, if you're being wicked as hell and killing people and robbing and doing all kind of wicked shit and you get arrested, well, then you can't really say you is free. Because you're not. You in bondage to sin, brother. But when you are literally free from sin, now you can insist in your truth. Y'all understand that. We should all be telling each other of the testimonies of what we've done and triumph in the name of I Am. I'll give you guys another example. My sister, she wanted an upright washer and dryer. Okay, see, because she had the hookups for it upstairs and in her basement. So she was like, well, she had got sick and her legs she had a stroke, so she couldn't really walk very well. So she didn't want to go down in the basement to have to wash clothes and stuff. So she says, well, I'll get an upright washer and dryer, put it up here in the little compartment for it, and then just wash my clothes up here on the main floor. Well, we're driving along one day. I'm taking her to the grocery store because at this time I'm helping her out, with getting things that she needs because, like I said, she can't walk very well. So we're driving down the street. Well, we see a store that has an upright washer and dryer in the window. Now, I had already told her about the thinking and the feeling. I said, well, if you want the washer and dryer, just think and feel as if it's there already. So we opened up the door and saw the little compartment, visualized it. Me and her did this together, visualized it like I said, we're driving to Walmart one day. We're driving along. We see this store. It's like a Habitat for Humanity in Detroit. Those are the people that like rebuild houses and stuff that's in dilapidated neighborhoods and stuff. So they get people that donate stuff to them. Well, I guess someone had donated a washer and dryer. Well, they were selling it. It was up in the window of the Habitat Humanity store. And we're driving by. She goes, hey, there's an upright washer and dryer right there. I wonder if I can afford it. So I told her, well, after we go to Walmart on the way back, we'll stop in there and see how much it is. So she agrees. So we go to Walmart, do what we got to do. We're heading back. We go in. She had, I don't know how much money she had at the time, but we go in, we look. The upright washer and dryer, it's new, it looks good as hell, nice, every damn thing. It's $250. So she's like, oh yes, I can do it, I can get it. So she's like, they were like, well, you have to come and pick it up. So she was like, well, I have to get a truck or whatever, but can I come back and pay for it now and then come back and get it? They were like, yeah, sure. So she paid for it, and then now we have to figure out how to get a truck. Well, I had just met a person who was a physical therapist who was going to be helping my sister. I had just met this person. They were just coming in town, and they had just got there, and I'm like, hey, do you mind you renting a truck? Because we got to move this thing, whatever. She's like, oh yeah, no problem, I can rent the truck, whatever. So she rents the truck for us. We go get it, we put it on there, bring it home, hook it up, put all the shit on there. My dad hooked all the electrical shit up to it and everything. We put it in there, and it's in there now. She washes and dries it, and it's sitting in there now. So it was in her price range. It was the woman happened to get the truck, that happened to get in. All these things happened to work out for my sister to get her upright washer and dryer in there, and it's in there now, working. Because of a thought and a feeling that she had. Because we decided it. She also wanted a patio put on the back of her house. During this time, like I said, I'm helping her out because I'm basically dwelling with her at the time. I'm living with her. I'm helping her, cooking and cleaning and doing all kinds of stuff with her as she's recovering. She wanted a patio. So we did the same thing. We went out there to the back of the house. We visualized it. She said, do it with me. So we visualized it, saw it and everything. The next day, she gets a check in the mail for $400 from her mortgage company saying that she overpaid her mortgage. Oh, here it is. She gets a check in the mail. She's crying. She's like, oh my God, I got a check in the mail. So all the things that she needed to get the patio, because me and my dad were going to build it. Me and my dad actually built it. It's there right now. The patio's there right now. It cost $380 to get all the stuff, which we got the next day because she cashed a check, a $400 check. All the stuff she needed was $380. The check was $400 that she had got in the mail the same day we visualized. I'm trying to tell you guys that it works. So now my sister, she's believing. She's like, oh my God, it really works. She's all like grabbing onto my hands like, oh, I gotta touch you. I can't believe that this is right after I came out of the 40. I'm telling her all this stuff. So she's like, let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. She says, I want to go to Bruno Mars concert. So I said, well, you know what to do. So she visualized it and she's doing all the things every night. She's dozing off. She's doing it every night. I told her, do it every night. So she ended up getting her tickets. Now, her tickets were for like way back in the nosebleed section, right? But she didn't care. She's like, I'm happy I'm going to go to Bruno Mars concert. But she, like I said, she at this time she's not walking well. So she has this like walker, you know, like the little thing with the handles on it, when it has the wheels on it that the old people walk with. She's using one of those to walk with. So she gets to the venue, to the concert, and they're like, hey, you know, you don't have to go way up there if you're handicapped. You know, we'll move you to the handicap section. Well, they ended up taking her to a section. They're like, well, the handicap section is filled. They were like, well, look, do we have any available seats? They had front row center a seat available. They put her there. She was front row center, the best seat in the house at the concert. And she was describing it to me. She was like, oh my God, they put me in there. It was just so wonderful. Oh, I had the best time ever. And I'm like, that's because you thought and felt that feeling. So it manifested for you. You had to feel it. You had to. So it had to manifest for you. And it did. And you got a better seat by a check. You didn't even know Abba did that for you. So you can match. You ain't going to feel like that way back in the nosebleeds. But up front and center, damn, you going to feel it now. It's got to match the feeling you felt and the thoughts you felt when you were laying in your bed every night. You see? So if this happens, it works, guys. This is the good news, that you're free. You can have what you want. You can do what you want. Long as it's in alignment with the will of the Most High. Let me make sure I say that. Some of you niggas be like, I can do what I want? Oh shit, I can manifest whatever the hell I want. Hell no. Bring it back, nigga. Bring it back. Control your shit. Make sure it's in the will with the Most High. Yes, you can do all things. You can do all things. It is possible to him. So then what does that mean for you? He said, to he who believeth, all things are possible. Do you hear what Yahushua said to you? To he who believeth, all things are possible. So if you believe it, which means if you feel the feelings to match the thought, you'll have it. You'll have it. The problem is you guys are not being able to manifest what you want because you're not able to feel the feelings that match the thought. That's what the 3D is here for, is to get you to not feel the feelings that match the thought, you see? That's the whole point of the 3D. To distract you from feeling the feelings that match the thought that you have for yourself so you can have what you want. I was able to make music in the studio for a whole year free of charge. And another guy was paying for all the studio time. All because when I was in Memphis under the bridge, I told the witness who was with me, I said, we're going back to Detroit, okay? And I'm going to make music and you're going to do your thing. And so we wrote on a piece of paper. We sat in a Burger King and wrote on a piece of paper, I am in Detroit. I am doing this. We wrote it all down. And then all of a sudden, things started to shift to make it to where I could get back to Detroit. I had no money, no nothing like this. I ended up getting an Audi A8, a badass Audi A8 with the curtains in it and shit. I'm like, oh, shit. Drove all the way back to Detroit in an A8. Unexpectedly, it just fell into my hands. When I say it fell into my hands, I mean it fell into my hands. The car. And that's a whole nother story to tell you guys. I had to manifest on that. I sat with the witness. I said, we got to get out of here. There's nothing here for us. We're just living under this bridge, struggling. Nothing is happening good for us. We have to be able to get back home where we have a foundation of people that we can get some help from. We got to get back to Detroit. So we looked I had a phone. We just looked at pictures of a car. We said, well, we need a car to get back home. We started to look at pictures. I said, well, what do you think? We started looking at Audis, just pictures of them. We said, well, shit, if we were laughing about it. We were like, shit, if we're going back to Detroit, we might as well go back in style. One random day, an Audi A8 happens to come into my hands. And I said, if it's surely for me, Abiyah, if this car is surely for me, when I look in there, it will be 3/4 tank of gas. That'll be the sign that'll let me know it's for me. And I started the car and it was 3/4 tank of gas. I said, do y'all understand? I was looking at pictures sitting on a bench, just feeling the thoughts, laughing with the witness about how we were going to go back to Detroit in style. We had no money. And I just told you we went back in an Audi A8. Heated steering wheel and shit. Shit got the airbag system on it and shit. I'm like, oh shit. You tap the gas, the motherfucker taking off like a sports car. I'm like, oh shit. Really, Abba? Damn. Wood grain and shit everywhere. Leather. Heated seats and shit. I'm like, damn. Abba, this shit is cold. How did you do this? He said, well, that's what you said you wanted. So that's what I provided for you. Drove all the way back to Detroit. In an Audi A8. Off of a thought and a feeling. That's how I got back to Detroit, guys, in case you were wondering how I did that. That's how. I just have to laugh because if I'm telling you, because this is the good news, guys, that was described to you. This is the good news. That's how you're doing it. I needed shelter. Okay, I was living at a place. Well, I told you I was living with the guy who was murderous and cold, and I was like, oh shit, I got to get away from this dude. Well, Abba made it to where he separated us. The guy was like, hey man, the family say, hey man, they don't want you living here free of charge and shit. You ain't paying rent. You got to go. I was like, all right. He said, where you gonna go? I said, I don't know. So I left. I said, Abba, y'all, you gonna provide? You know, yeah. It's snowing and shit, cold winter time. That's the 3D telling me, see, you're out in the cold. You're fucked up. I'm walking along with the witness. I said, you know, Abba's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to provide. And then I ended up where I am now. And I've been chilling, taken care of. And I'm like, I told the guy, I said, I don't know how Abba going to do it. And he did. And he still is doing it. Oh, man. People say, well, if it's all about thought and feeling, why don't you just think of all this and get 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 this? Abba said, come out of the world. So once you get the power, it's not like you're using it for worldly gain. That doesn't matter. That is vanity to you. You use it for things that matter now. Like when your brother says, I need help with this, then you visualize and you feel it for him instead now. You use the power to see him in his right state. That's how we heal each other, guys. Your friend is sick. Put your hands on your friend. Close your eyes. Visualize them healthy and then feel the feelings that match it. Because that means it's actually happening. See, it is, which means I am in that moment. And then let it go. And say, you healed, bro. Say, I am healed. I am healed. Because it has to match. The visualization you had with the feeling, it has to match and manifest for that man. And the more vehement, which means the stronger you feel the feeling, the faster it'll happen. With the more potency that you feel the feeling, the quicker it'll happen. That's what Yahushua was doing. He was visualizing and seeing the truth and feeling it instantly. Boom. Without doubt, without fear. He didn't doubt it or have any faith lacking. So it happened instantly. It manifested instantly. That's how he's doing it. So we all should be doing that for each other now. So fuck all these other gang stalkers. Fuck all these people putting these weak ass comments and shit. When we of the elect, when we see each other out there in the world, start to talk to each other. Comment each other's videos and say, hey brother, what do you need? Hey sister, what do you need? Is there anything that you're lacking today? And when a sister or a brother says, hey, I need this or I need this, let's all do it together as one. Close our eyes for that moment. You don't have to physically do anything. That's the beauty of it. We're spiritual, guys. Close your eyes. Imagine them having the thing that they say that they're lacking, that they have it now. And then feel the feelings of congratulating them. Hey, man, this is so great. You got what you needed, man. All praise to the Most High. And feel the feelings that match that, and then let it go. And they shall have it. And they shall have it. I'll give you another example. Like I said, after I came out of the 40, no one knew where I was. No one knew what had happened. Okay? So when I came back, my father and my sister were the ones that received me back into my sister's home. My father was living with my sister at the time. I'm in the woods. So when I came back, my dad came, got me. I was able to get somebody's phone and contact my dad when I got out. And he came and got me. Of course, I'm all thin and weak and fucked up and shaking and freezing. It's August, but I'm freezing cold, damn near dead. So he came and got me. When I got back to the house, I started to recuperate and heal. But I was so excited about what I had found out, the new knowledge. I was so strong in the spirit that I was just teaching my sister and my father all the new things that I had found out. These two people were two of the people who, when I started my ministry in 2015, they didn't want to hear it. My sister and my father, they just completely rejected it. Now, all the other people around, there were some who were gravitating to the truth. There were some bros who came around and were diligent in it for a time. But my father and my sister, they didn't want to hear it. Well, now I'm living with them, and I'm out of the 40, so they're both listening intently to everything that I'm saying. Like I said, my sister reached out, was like, let me just touch you. I'm like, oh, I probably stink. She's like, no, you smell just like pine. My dad was like, you smell like pine. You smell good, man. You smell like an air freshener. So I'm telling them all things I had learned. Well, I tell my dad the same thing I told my sister. I'm like, just think and feel on the thing that you desire and you'll have it. He's like, what, really? So it's his birthday. It's my dad's birthday. So my dad, He's down in the basement of my sister's house. He's down there chilling. I'm upstairs in one of the rooms meditating. My sister's in her room. So it's my dad's birthday. So I leave. I go over to the next door neighbor's house, who's a friend of all of us. We're neighbors. So she's like, oh, your dad cut my grass. I can't pay him any money for it. I didn't have any money, but I got this weed. My dad smoked weed. She's like, I got this $40 a weed. And what does he drink? I said, he loves Sam Adams beer. That's what he drinks. When he does drink, he drinks Sam Adams beer. So she's like, well, I'll get him a Sam Adams and this bag of weed I got. I'll give him that for his birthday instead of, paying him for the cutting the grass. So I said, okay, cool. So she gives me the bag of weed and we go to the store. She gets the Sam Adams and gives it to me. I go down in the basement. My dad's sitting down there watching TV. I said, hey, Dad. He turns around. I toss the bag of weed. It lands in his lap. He goes, his mouth falls open. He picks the weed up. He's looking at the bag. And then I opened up the other bag and I pull the Sam Adams out. He goes, and he gets up. He starts rubbing his head. He's walking around the basement, pacing back and forth. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, son, I was just sitting down here thinking, man, if I did get something for my birthday, all I would really want, man, is a nice blunt and a nice Sam Adams brew. That's what he said, guys. And he said, I was just sitting down here thinking about it. I said, you must have been feeling it too. He was like, it has to be true, son. He said, what you're saying has to be true because I was just literally sitting down here thinking about a blunt and a Sam Adams beer is all I would want. And you came down here with a bag of weed and a big old Sam Adams. I said, I told you, Pop. I told you. You're always doing it. I said, you see how Abba used me to fulfill your thought and feeling? I said, I didn't know when I went over there that she was going to give me the weed. I didn't even know that that's what she was going to do when I went over there. I just went over there to kick it with her and talk to her and chill and us smoke some weed together. But that ended up happening, which was his thoughts and feelings, brought me down there with those ingredients. With those things. I said, do you see how we're all symbiotically connected to each other with our thoughts and our feelings? We're causing each other to move and do things. Come on, man. This shit is cold. It's time that y'all get hip with this, man, and start to embrace it and do it. So we can all be free, man, and start to share our stories and our testimonies like what I'm sharing with you guys. I'm just giving you one after another, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's time that we put our powers together because if he says, if 2 of you agree concerning anything on the earth, it will be so. So if 10 of us agree, then what? And if 100 of us agree, then what? And if 1,000 of us agree, then what? What Abba says? 1 of you Israelites shall chase 1,000. 2 of you Israelites shall chase 10,000. So 3 will chase 100,000. Y'all see that? So let's get it, man. Shalom Yisrael.